New Jersey, the capital of misery, and the place where metal forgot to die. This is the Here Lies Metal Podcast, the podcast that brings you the origins, history, and culture of everything metal, even though we do none of that anymore. Welcome to our new Here Lies Metal headquarters. Also, still in sunny New Jersey. The sun actually hasn't come out in like 5 months. But, you know, it's New Jersey. You kind of have to expect that it's the capital of misery. But we're still in New Jersey, just in a new location. We had to set everything up. That's why we were down for a few weeks. I know you thought we died, maybe. Everyone in New Jersey actually has died, except for us. So we're here. So you have to deal with us. Anyway, we're the podcast that brings you nothing. We just shit talk everything, and we do the news once in a while. And I'm Maledictus. And this is
Samantha.
And we will be your overlords for today and all of eternity. I haven't done this in a while, as you can see. Not that I was good at it when I did do it on a regular basis. So, yes, people, we're back. What has happened since we've been off the air? Have we gone to any shows?
No.
No. There aren't any shows. There aren't any shows. It's not our fault.
No shows.
Yeah.
We've had a few cancellations.
We've had all cancellations.
All cancellations.
Everything's canceled.
And no plans.
No, there's no plans. We had a whole bunch of shows we were going to go to. Festival shows towards the summertime and into the summertime. And pretty much none of them are going to happen. I mean, very likely none of them are going to happen. So there's going to be one this month. Definitely not going to happen.
What?
Oh, the one in Pittsburgh.
That was in June.
Oh,
not even this month.
What about the one this month?
There was no festival this month.
There was something this month.
There was, yeah. We were going to go to Uncle Acid, I think.
Yeah, it was Uncle Acid. That was
we missed Possessed. We missed, we were going to see Spectral Voice. Mm-hmm. We're going to see, lots of stuff.
Everything is done.
Good stuff.
There's no music anymore.
No music.
Most music sucked anyway, so it wasn't, it's fine. But sometimes you got to burn everything down. And, the good bands will come through, and the shitty bands will probably still come through, as they always do.
I saw on Facebook someone had taken a photo of like a post that was by King Diamond's wife saying that Psycho is canceled.
Yeah, I mean, they're not saying it, but yeah, I don't think she's wrong.
We've got the detectives out there.
Yeah.
Have found the truth. So.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable to think that you're not getting Psycho this year. I mean, by then, even if like things are back to normal back then, you're not going to have concerts. Like, this is not
you think next year?
Yeah, why not? Sure, next year. Yeah, you're crazy if you don't think it's happening next year.
I thought you said no.
Did I say next year? No,
yes.
I meant this year. If I said next year, I meant this year.
Yeah, like we'll probably be back in our jobs by August, like wanting to die, but.
I think I'll be back in my job in like 2 weeks. So
really?
Yeah, like but they said June, so like yeah, I'm going back in June. There's no reason I wouldn't.
So we'll all be back living our regular lives, but not allowed to do anything fun. Like probably gatherings of over 100 will be banned still. So
yeah, anything.
That's my prediction for the future.
Yeah, we'll find out what's going on here because a lot of weird things going on. Because obviously, like. I don't want to really get into like what's going on in the world. We don't really do it. But places like Japan and Sweden are not doing anything. They're not nearly having as many problems as we have. So someone's gonna figure out what the fuck is going on. Okay, because something's weird.
All right, this is not your hour.
I am concerned about that fact, and it's a fact. And Japan has the highest, densest population in the world. So what is going on, people? Someone comment down below.
All right, let's speak about something you're maybe a little bit informed upon.
Not really. I don't really know anything about metal anymore, as you all point out. So
we were going to speak about some new releases.
Yeah, there's not a lot of news, so
because while concerts are canceled,
yes,
metal continues to be churned out.
Yeah, a lot of the news actually is from things that happened in the past that people are kind of figuring out now. Like that's what a lot of the news I think really is comprised of. Or, DWIs and stuff. And how is that news? Like, well, how isn't that news? I mean,
that would have been news before. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, like a DWI of someone, famous from a certain death metal band from Florida, which is probably pretty normal.
No, we would have talked about... We talked about that guy from Cannibal Corpse going to a bar, like, Yeah, that's
just
all
because
news.
he went to a bar. Well, he appeared again. He was out of jail.
Yes.
He was out of the cage.
But still, he didn't do anything. He was just at a bar.
Yeah, he was just there.
The bar was never very high.
No, it was like he's out. I was like, look, he's loose. He doesn't have a flamethrower. Which is fine. They should let him loose. So yeah, we're gonna go over new music. We're gonna go over mostly new music today because that's all we have. So where should we start?
When anybody playing
Cirith Ungol was back in the day, was one of those like second generation Sabbath bands. Them, Witchfinder General. Who's that other band with the guy with the annoying voice? The League of Satan. That guy. Who was that?
Oh God.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
but they were
do.
all in that basket. All those bands, and a lot of people recognize them for that. And they were like sort of like the generation before Candlemass and Trouble, things like that. It was like the second gen. It was like the immediately after Black Sabbath kind of doomy kind of bands. But Cirith Ungol, like they, a lot of the bands are obviously from England or Germany. Like they were from Ventura, California, which is and I always like to call these guys new wave British heavy metal, and I like to still use that term on them. Even though, and I kind of made an argument about that. It's like they don't have to be from England to be called that. No one agrees with me.
I think everyone agrees with you.
No, I've had people, other people that are really into new wave British heavy metal. Like, no, how can it be British? How can it be that if it's from New York or California? I'm like, because it's the same style. They're doing the same thing, and it's an era, not a geography. That's what I try to explain to people. And these guys, I want to call them that, right?
I would mostly agree. Some people call them Doom. They have some Doom elements.
Yeah, they're second generation Black Sabbath, of course, absolutely.
We were listening before. What you said they sounded like the Cars. I think
they had a song. Okay, listen to their. Let's see, on their discography. Right.
I think we were listening to Frost and Fire.
It's probably Frost and Fire, yeah. So their famous album, Frost and Fire, it's the album everyone knows. They go very weird on that album, and there is one song. You know the song. I don't know the title of it. What can I say? Dun, 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 dun. And it has the sort of pop feel, even though it's still kind of a metal song. But it has like that bounce of a Cars song. And everyone in 1979 was trying to sound like the Cars, okay? Blue Oyster Cult was trying to sound like the fucking Cars because everyone knew the Cars were the shit. And I feel like these guys were like, yeah, that's a cool sound. And these guys were like not really totally 100% into the metal in 1981. But let's not talk about their history. We're talking about them because they have a new album out since when?
Since 1991.
1991,
Paradise Lost.
1991.
This is they've been reunited for a few years now, but they've just been playing live. So this is their first album since reuniting.
They made an album, and they have only 2 original members from the day. I mean, technically, the singer.
Singer and the drummer. And
these guys, mind you, quickly are known. Their trademark is that singer's voice.
I guess. I think, the thing is like you brought up all those other bands, like you were saying they were part of this post-Sabbath wave, but I think Cirith Ungol, of all those bands, was the most unique sounding. They had their own thing going on.
Yeah, especially with his voice. I mean, yeah, they weren't like totally trying to be like Sabbath all the time.
But another thing I think is you mentioned the bouncy, like, the music was like kind of bouncy and weird a lot of the time, and I think a lot of it was from the bass. It has like this bouncy bass element, which
a little bit funky.
We're gonna finally move on to this album, Forever Black, they released. Is I find totally missing. Is they lost that element.
Well, I think in modern day they're trying to be a real metal band. Like they're full on being more aggressive. The sound is more aggressive, and it's a good album. It's worth listening to. It's not one of these bands like when you get like Iron Maiden releasing a new album and you're like, I don't really want to hear. It's not that. Like you will want to hear that. You will want to listen to this.
No, it is good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Cirith Ungol, their 80s stuff. So, for me, it's like it doesn't live up to that, but it did. I'm calling it old man metal syndrome. So like when you listen to like the new Iron Maiden, or you listen to the New Testament that came out, or like any new Metallica.
Those guys don't have anything to offer anymore. You know why? Because they're all so especially Metallica and Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden has a 747 they fly. Metallica, I mean, Testament maybe they work a little harder, but they're comfortable, right?
I have no idea.
These guys aren't. Can we agree on that?
Yeah,
These guys are not.
I'm pretty sure they just went on to normal Joe jobs after 1991.
I think they have a little more motivation to make an album that counts.
But no, like it definitely has like a very authentic sound to it that the old man metal syndrome cancels out. They're not suffering from that.
No, they're being relevant, but in a good, like, you know, obviously Metallica and Testament always tries to be relevant, but it just never works, does it?
Well, they're just too up their asses. That's the thing about old man metal syndrome, is they're all like, they're holding themselves up to this like weird standard because they consider themselves really important.
Yeah.
You get this feeling.
Yeah, all those bands have that. They're like, you know, they're legends.
And so they can't release like a fun album. They're like, everything I do has to have some like gravitas to it. And,
yeah, they have to keep this theme.
It also has
going.
to be really interesting, and like it also has to be better than everything else.
Yeah, but they have to stick to that theme of theirs. They can't deviate. Where these guys have no, like they haven't released anything since 1992. So like, here, we're gonna do this, and it's heavier. And now you were telling me before it was responsible for a guy in the band named Jarvis Leatherby. That is one hell of a name. And he had joined he kind of was the guy that.
Well, he has a festival that he runs. I think it's called the Frost and Fire Festival.
Okay, so
he
he's
fucking loves Cirith Ungol.
He's probably like the biggest fan of Cirith Ungol ever.
And I think he was mainly responsible for them reforming. And when they couldn't get the original bass player, he was like, "Well, I'll do it."
His name is Jarvis Leatherby.
His name is Jarvis.
Thank you,
Jarvis Leatherby.
How do you get that name?
Do you think it's a real name? It's got.
Now, does he have anything to do with Night Demon and Jaguar hair? Like what?
Apparently, he's a Night Demon.
Oh, he's a Night Demon.
Yeah.
All right, so this guy's legit. Okay, Night Demon doesn't really sound anything like Cirith Ungol, but
same family. I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised anybody in Night Demon loves Cirith Ungol.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they do. But just yeah. So
we do recommend this album.
There it is. It looks like their old cover art. I wonder who's the artist. Is it the same artist that did?
That's something I don't know about.
Yeah, I just kind of thought of that right now. What it was, I would have looked it up. It looks like their usual. They usually have that kind of sort of almost Frank Frazetta kind of art, but it's not Frank Frazetta. I don't think they can afford Frank Frazetta.
No.
But yeah.
No, it's good. I should listen to it some more, but it also didn't have any of those like real vocal hooks that they typically would have.
Yeah, he had a lot more.
Maybe that's because it's less poppy and it's more metal than the previous stuff.
He had a lot more. Like his voice was a lot more dynamic back in the day. It's not, he's old. You can't really do that anymore. It's not going to happen.
No, anymore. I thought his voice sounded good, but it's just the phrasing and the melodies that you're singing. Like there's no like I'm alive and there's no,
I'm alive. You can tell it's the
there's
same.
Nothing that like just like grabs you.
No, you can tell it's the same guy, but he doesn't have the power. He doesn't have like the moving around.
I think he could have done it, but I think it was a writing thing. That's what I'm saying. I'm not criticizing his vocal performance. That's just
what are you really?
I'm saying it's a different approach to the writing.
What are you really going to be able to write when you're that old? I mean, how old is he? He's probably in his 60s.
I don't know.
So what are you really going to be able to come up with, as opposed to when you're like 19 or something? So, but yeah, no, it's worth, and like I said, one thing I wanted to mention is they're kind of late to the pentagram party, as I like to say. I swear I'm going to do an episode one day, a playlist episode about the pentagram effect, about bands that came back because Pentagram did. Pentagram, of course, got that documentary probably about like 20 years ago, I think.
But this band didn't come back because of Pentagram. They came back because of Jarvis Leatherby.
Jarvis Leatherby.
They came back in the 2010s, okay?
But so many of those...
not in the same time period.
It was later. But so many of those bands that were like Pentagram, that were in the same boat as Pentagram, like also came back. Like all those old man bands everyone forgot about, like bands like Satan, bands like things like that. Okay. But... I call it the pentagram effect. It's a theory.
Is that any band that gets like dug up by somebody?
Yeah,
I would say that applies.
I don't know.
A younger guy dug these guys up.
No, I think that was really the story. Maybe for these guys, and it's also kind of the story of Pentagram.
That is a story of Pentagram.
But for those other bands, I think they saw Pentagram's success, and they're like, "Whoa, hey guys, what are you doing?" They're like, "What do you mean? What am I doing? I work a job." Like, no, look at Pentagram. Look at that. Look at fucking Bobby, that fucking crackhead. Look what he's doing. Like, you can't do that. Quit your job at the meatpacking plant. Come on, let's go. No, but I just work at the meatpacking plant. I work in Chicago. It's like the Blue Jean Committee. But anyway, so yeah, no, this is a good album. Definitely good album.
Good stuff. I don't know if it'll make my top 10 or anything, but we'll see. It's being considered.
Good to see them. You know, there was a lot reminding me a lot of like Manila Road in a way. Like,
yeah, no, I get
they're in the same basket.
They have like the same aesthetic. I
think the guy from Manila Road died though. I think he died.
I don't know.
I think it was him. Anyway, let's move to the next one. Why am I clicking on this? I need to click up here. Okay, so Warbringer has a new album out.
Warbringer?
Yeah.
This is their, what is it, like 5th or 6th album?
Yeah, and they're also from Ventura, California. What a coincidence.
It was a big day for Ventura.
Yeah, Ventura, wherever that, I imagine that's near LA or something.
Both came out on the same day.
Yeah.
New album is called Weapons of Tomorrow.
Weapons of Tomorrow. Now, as you know, Warbringer...
continuing the theme.
Yeah, Warbringer likes, you just talk about like tanks and planes and stuff. You know, they're like my band in a way, but they're not really political about it. They're just like tanks and guns and explosions, which is cool. That's fine. I gave the album a listen, and believe it or not, these guys are usually kind of, thrashy in a lot of ways. But their new album, there's just a little bit of black metal going on there from a bunch of guys from Ventura, California. Just a little, not like true black metal, but it's they're flirting with, and not in a makeup kind of way. I don't think they're wearing makeup on stage. These guys, and how do you really combine that with their theme? They would just
have like the black metal blast beat with like the guitar
and the scales,
that riff. Like,
I
found it very jarring. They would just like abruptly go into like a black metal section. And
I was like,
what's happening? I thought this was thrash metal about tanks.
I was like, look at that, you're doing a little black metal riff there. They're like, hey, watch this. This is so cool. They were like, this is so cavalt. That's what they said.
I mean, these guys have been steadily churning out thrash since they formed.
Yeah.
So maybe they're trying to expand their horizons a little bit.
These guys are from that first wave of thrash revisionism in the early 2000s, like Municipal Waste and Toxic Holocaust, Midnight, like they all came out around that time. So did these guys. They all came around at that time, and they're still going. I think a lot of people didn't notice them until maybe like 10 years ago, like a lot of guys like this. But, they're still going. And, all that thrash thrash has been going. It's the early 2000s, It's been going.
Did you enjoy the album?
Yeah, it was good. I was like, I got to see these guys at Dingbats. You were there.
Yeah, shout out to these guys for playing all the little clubs, coming to New Jersey.
Yeah, they opened for
they didn't open.
No, they were headlining. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they headlined.
Yes.
Why did I
all the little opened? Thrash babies were there for Warbringer.
Thrash babies. They were 20-year-olds that were.
There was a shit ton. There were a shit ton of young people.
They were especially there for Warbringer.
That
like that's what they really wanted
band.
To say.
So.
Yeah, they were there.
I guess they're reaching the youth audience somehow.
Yeah, I mean, these Thrasher kids. I don't know how I don't know how they got into it. They're like 20. It's like, how did you get into this? I don't understand.
I guess they're dads.
Maybe. I can't relate to young people's dads. Maybe like young people have like dads who are like, yeah, man, I like Anthrax. I don't know. I like Venom. I can't imagine.
Honestly, I don't know.
A dad liking Slayer. But I guess there's dads that like Slayer.
There totally are. Like, I see people on Twitter that are really young, and they talk about their dad, talking about the music with their dad.
My dad's such a boomer. He likes Slayer. I like Warbringer. Way better.
Honestly, the hip people on Twitter consider Slayer to be boomer metal.
Oh, totally is. Well, yeah.
Well, it is boomer
that's
metal,
legit.
But sometimes I see a post. It's like, guys, it's okay to listen to Slayer.
Yeah, it's fine. Slayer, obviously, it's never not okay.
There are people who legitimately need to be told that.
Yeah, some people think that's the only thing. Yeah. Well, they're talking about those people that think Slayer, Metallica, Judas Priest, the big four, whatever. That's the only music there is. And those people, those tend to be older people that think that. It's not going to be a young person that really thinks that. But
anyway,
their influence here is pretty big. It's pretty expected. Got a Demolition Hammer in there. That's cool.
Warbringer doesn't do a ton for me, but it's a solid offering.
Yeah, they're legit thrash. So.
Come back to Dingbats. I will go see you again.
Yeah, absolutely. They're good. So check out their new album. Their new album looks like this, and it's called Weapons of Tomorrow. It's like future. It's like the future of warfare. They got like all kinds of things going on here. They got like helicopters and drones, and they got like the Blue Angels flying up here.
Kind of reminds me of the cover of the last Toxic Holocaust album.
No. The Toxic Holocaust album looked more like retro future. It looked like kind of low budget, like grind, like a little bit grindhouse.
Maybe it's just like the dude in the front.
This is cheesier.
For sure.
Yeah.
They don't have the
Toxic Holocaust did it right.
Of Toxic
Holocaust. Yeah, they're from Portland, so they're like these guys aren't. These guys. Ventura is probably not a cool place.
They're doing their best.
It's not Portland, you know. But yeah, they got, you know, this is more like, yeah, we really like all this stuff. You know, there's nothing ironic about this, you know. Like they're into this. They watch a lot of Rambo movies and stuff. They really dig this. So.
All right. And moving on.
What else do we got?
Moving on.
What else do we got?
My favorite thing I've listened to recently. This is Witchtrap.
Witchtrap.
With their 5th album, Evil Strikes Again. Did you not know that?
Oh, I fell into a trap. Witchtrap. I don't know.
This has been happening in Colombia this whole time. I had no idea.
This is from Medellin, Colombia.
They are
Medellin.
A kind of black thrash speed metal band.
Very influenced by Venom, you know, that whole thing. They are very Euro thrash. Similar artists, perfect creator, destruction, Sodom, Venom. I mean, perfect. Like down that sort of they have that evilness. This isn't about Euro thrash. It always has like an evilness to it, right? Like creator, like destruction,
as opposed to like sneakers thrash.
Yeah, exactly. Big, you know, like overkill or stuff like that, nuclear assault, stuff like that. Like they never really went that evil route. Maybe they were a little bit
Slayer.
Maybe Slayer was definitely like really just a direct child of Venom. But especially the East Coast bands, you know, they're more like the big sneakers, you know, singing maybe more about politics or just stupid things. You know, whereas these guys weren't afraid to really sing about like satanic stuff. But these guys, their metal needs are like, you know, like I said, they're very simple. I mean, they're from Colombia, Medellin, and
your Spanish
Medellin. No, it's a Colombian. Medellin, and you know, and they get a Euro pass. All right, they get the South American equivalent.
The South American pass is its own thing.
It is. It's true. And then the Brazilian thing might be even its own pass. Okay. So, you know, we won't. Well, that's a whole nother area of study. But they're, like I said, their needs are very basic. They want Satan, good times, babes, beer, and maybe cocaine. You know, it's fun. This thing is fun. They've been doing this since the 90s. They weren't recognized until this century. They kind of came up with the neo thrash sort of surge, just the same. Even though they were around before that, you know, that movement probably helped these guys get really noticed.
I don't know how big these guys are.
I think they're, you know, I feel like they're an influence on people. You know, I think they're legit.
You think they're an influence?
Yeah, I feel like these guys are legit.
I feel like they've been toiling in obscurity.
I think the bands that, like, the more obscure bands that we like know who these guys are. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, Witchtrap. What is their number?
We're at 3,600 a month.
That's okay.
That's the same amount as Lady Beast.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, so they're not huge. Okay.
Yeah.
They're underground.
Yeah, we should always from now on we gotta know. In fact, we should write it down right there on the list. What their plays are. It's very important. That just, you know, gives you, you know, really authentication as to really what level they're at. So we should always do that.
Yeah, like Warbringer's at 100K.
Yeah, Warbringer, obviously a legit band.
For comparison.
Yeah, there you go. There's
anyway,
scale.
I really enjoyed Evil Strikes Again.
Evil Strikes Again.
It is very evil.
They wanted to get
very striking.
They wanted to get Ed Repka to draw it, but they could not afford Ed Repka.
This is all low budget. This is all real. This is all very authentic.
Yes.
It's very aggressive. I really enjoy the vocals, and it's got some awesome guitar, and it's black thrash, and that's my favorite genre. So
it is. Yeah, it is a perfect example of Euro black thrash from Colombia. Yeah, they asked Ed Repka, they're like, hey, could you maybe draw a Green Reaper with a spell book? And he's like, yeah, about I'll charge you like $500. They're like, oh, that's too much. He's like, I was trying to be nice, guys. You know, yeah. So,
they have a song on here called "Death to False Metal."
They don't
sound anything like Manowar, but
no. It's not in a Manowar kind of way.
They also want to celebrate. They obviously enjoy the celebration of metal that Manowar.
And are they being ironic? It doesn't matter.
I don't think they are.
Yeah, I think they're like Death to False Metal. What the fuck is? What don't you understand?
We haven't discussed the shirt I'm wearing.
Oh yeah. Okay. So she's wearing an old Manowar shirt that I was given for, I don't know, my birthday or something, about 20 years ago maybe. It's huge on me. It's huger on her. Today's old shirt that I'm wearing, my old I Hate God shirt from the 90s. Yeah, so it's a huge... It's one of the most... I never wore the shirt because it has so much paint on it. It has so much silk on it, like whatever that shit is, the paint, that it's hard to wear.
Feels really gross.
It's like, yeah, it's like you're in armor. It's like... It's hard to like move around in. It's really uncomfortable. It's a really uncomfortable shirt. It's a ridiculously loud shirt. You know, like it wasn't a good move to make a shirt with that much paint on it. So
I should convert this to a dress. I should convert this to a dress.
Well, I don't know if we should defile it. I should rip that shirt anyway. Maybe it's like worth money or something.
You think it's worth money?
Yeah, probably not.
It's not like it's from the 80s, okay? It's from the 90s.
Yeah, it's probably like the 90s tour. It's from the Hell on Wheels tour. I think that was in the 90s.
Hell on Stage.
Hell on Stage. That's a different... Hell on Wheels is a different one. They always have Hell on something. But how, into hell is Manowar? I don't think... No, they're not. Because Joe DiMaggio is like part of a...
Aren't they fighting hell?
Oh, well, they sang songs about... Like, they had that song... Great Satan, I know the one that waits. Satan, that was like pretty pro. Like,
that was pretty good.
Yeah, if you listen to that, like you'd be like, oh my god, these guys are Satanists, like straight up.
No, they're fighting Satan.
But no, not in that song. On that song, they're totally like upping Satan. They're totally promoting Satan.
Isn't that one where they're fighting him on a bridge?
Oh, that's it. No. They're saying like you have to join him. The Bridge of Death song from we should have a from the Hail to England album.
Interpreting Manowar.
That's a good idea. We'll go over Manowar. We can't really play it though. No, we'd have to do it on our podcast. We couldn't really do it here. Like I think Joey DiMaggio is part of the Knights of Columbus or something, which is I think is a Christian organization. But anyway, why are we talking about Manowar? Anyway, we just wanted to show you our shirts. What else do we got? Oh, okay. So the elephant in the music industry right now. What do we got?
Oh, I forgot about this.
Danzig has a new album. Did you know that? Of course you did. But it's not like, it's not the typical terrible Danzig album you have to sit through. It's Danzig doing cover songs, doing his favorite artist, Elvis Presley. Now, what can I say about this? It's really just Glenn and a guitar. And apparently, according to the personnel here, it's Tommy Victor, the guitarist of Danzig Prong. Very nice guy. Very nice guy. Talked to Tommy Victor once. Nice guy. Yeah, he's playing guitar for Danzig on this. And I believe it's just Danzig and him. It doesn't look like there's any other accompanying instruments. It's Elvis songs. So all of Elvis's songs, his famous songs, Glenn Danzig's doing in his own style. Now think of it as a more subdued, kind of darker envisioning of these songs, as Danzig would do. Danzig is a kind of guy who's
very dour.
Yeah,
very dour.
Like we compared the song, the Elvis version versus the Danzig, and the Elvis version, I have to say, had a lot more balls. It was a lot just more exciting. It was just meaner. Danzig was kind of like meh. What song was it that we compared? They're all the same.
I like that song.
Was it the Willie Nelson song?
Always on My Mind.
Always on my mind. Now imagine Glenn Danzig doing it.
It's a very heartfelt song.
Yeah, and Glenn likes this. Now Glenn is a fan of this kind of stuff. Glenn loves Roy Orbison. He doesn't like rock music. He doesn't like
exactly a heartfelt singer though.
Oh, he thinks he is.
Or
but
maybe
in a dark way.
Maybe that's his hipster take. It's like, I'm gonna not sing this full of emotion.
Like he wants to take it into he's interpreting Elvis songs and Roy Orbison songs in their darkest kind of form. And whether Elvis or the writers of these songs or Roy Orbison were really thinking those, were really thinking those thoughts, Glenn takes those songs to the darkest place he could. He interprets them as the most darkest corners of humanity.
I didn't think Glenn's was that dark, honestly.
I bet you he thinks his are.
I thought it was like a hipster take for hipsters who have poor taste.
I don't know if hipsters would listen to this.
Oh, I think...
And ironically,
I think they would.
I think they might be like, oh, this is funny. He's kind of a butt of the internet jokes, Glenn Danzig. I mean, he's a butt of metal sucks, of jokes.
Yeah, but I think he's trying to appeal to people that make jokes about him.
Yeah, I think he's opening up like he was on Portlandia. I think he's opening up a little bit where he used to not really, have a sense of humor. I think he even lets you take pictures of him now, which, he kind of, that was probably, he had to probably talk with some lawyers.
He probably had to loosen up a little bit when he played
probably
with the
had
Misfits.
to talk with some lawyers. Jerry Only's like, listen, let them take pictures. He's like, no, I'm not taking pictures of me. Jerry's like, we gotta make money, Glenn, okay? You can't be throwing fucking people out for taking pictures of us with their fucking cell phones. And he's like, no, but they can't take pictures of us. No, Glenn, everyone has a cell phone. Like, what don't you understand about that? He's like, we can't stop it. He's like, oh, fine. It's like, just make your money and shut the fuck up. You like money, Glenn, right? So, yeah, that's probably what happened.
Anyway, did you like it?
It's listenable. I listened through it.
His voice is a little flat. I find it a little unlistenable when on those moments.
There were probably a lot of takes to get this done. Yeah, like when you listen to him live, when you see Glenn's live, whether it was the Misfits or Glenn's, who we've seen recently, he's not. His voice is not there anymore. When he's in his 60s.
I was actually surprised when we saw the Misfits. I thought he was better than I thought he would be.
Yeah, he definitely worked on that. When I saw him as Danzig before that, a few years before that,
his stage banter was cringeworthy, but
yeah, no, his stage banter was non-existent. Like he didn't, like you could tell he did not give a fuck. Like he was not passionate. He was like, what do you want to hear next? Like as if he's like, what do you want to hear next? He's just like, what do you want to hear next? Astro Zombies? Like he just like that's all he did. That is the only way he interacted with the crowd, which meant he did not give a fuck about being there. He was like, give me my paycheck and let's get this fucking over with. Like so I don't have to deal with Jerry Only anymore. Like that's all that was. Hey, and that's what he does. That's what happens. Okay? That's what happens in rock and roll. What are you gonna do? So, we have a picture? No, we don't have a picture. It doesn't matter. No, it looks like that. It looks like that, okay? It's like, it's got that, like, Elvis, live in Hawaii or something, or, that Elvis. It's trying to look like a record. It's saying 33 RPM. They didn't do a good job with that, though. It doesn't look retro, does it? That doesn't look like it's an old album. He's trying to make it look like it's an old record.
No one would pose like that on an old album.
Yeah, he needs to make it look... Glenn, you needed to have a sense of humor to make it look retro. You gotta look cheesy. You gotta look...
I don't have a problem with the way it looks.
But he's trying to give it that, look, though. Well,
it's just the typeface is old, but he just wanted to put it, but it's got him on it. And he's like, this is what I look like. This is what Danzig looks like to himself in his mind. That's what I look like. So he wanted to put himself on there. I don't have a problem with that.
He should have looked sort of like 70s, but he doesn't have that kind of sense of humor. I think that's just really repulsive to him to deviate from his theme.
Well, this whole thing is off because he's got his normal Danzig logo on there.
Yeah,
and
the
that
Danzig
doesn't
logo.
look 70s at all.
No. He's always had that.
So he's just clashing all over the place on this thing.
Yeah, it's not consistent.
Speaking as a composition.
As a designer, I would keep the whole thing consistent. Keep a theme going, and there's really no theme there. So blah 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 blah. All right, is that about our music reviews? That's it. You get it. Goodbye, everyone. Forever. Thank you for listening. No, we have news too. We have news. Do we? We do. What's going on in the world of the news? Dun dun dun. So, this is like, why am I doing this? I'm trying to do this. This is old news. Like, this is just something that came out recently from someone that was writing a book about this situation. And obviously Fred Durst, ultimate, new metal douchebag. Eddie Van Halen, one of the greatest guitarists ever. Right, has a lot of problems, but nevertheless, we look to Eddie for inspiration, even though he's not perfect. He's not a perfect human. But anyway, according to this story, author and curator of a new Eddie Van Halen photo book claims in the book Andrew Bennett writes the guitar god once threatened Fred Durst, ultimate new metal douchebag, with a weapon while attempting to get his gear back from the Limp Bizkit frontman. Bennett claims that the incident happened shortly after Wes Borland, that guy that dresses weird, he dresses in all those costumes, quit the band in 2001. New Metals were holding auditions to replace Borland, and when Durst happened to meet Eddie Van Halen at a party where it suggested, they collaborate, and Durst, actually having some humility was like, no, it'd be hilarious. Your greatest guitar player with the worst band ever. So he has some humility.
You can say that for Limp Bizkit. They never had.
He has humility. I didn't know that.
They never thought they were good.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I thought he went around thinking his shit. I didn't know that.
I think he might think his new movie is good.
Oh, yeah,
but I don't think he ever thought his band
very
was
mistaken.
Like art.
But Eddie was like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Eddie was probably high on coke. Eddie's being Eddie.
I wonder if he'd heard Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, have you heard them? Maybe he's like, oh, this is a new band. I want to work with these guys.
Or was he just like high? And
he's like, oh, you're a new hot band.
And he like on a whim was like, okay.
He's like, oh, you guys are making money. Yeah, cool.
Or maybe he was like low on money.
No, I don't know if he was ever low on money, but maybe.
Could he be low on money?
You never know. You never know with these people. So a jam reportedly took place in Beverly Hills, but Bennett says Van Halen left after various individuals were smoking weed. So of all the drugs that Eddie Van Halen does, they whip out a joint, and he's like, nah.
It's not that fucking hippie shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was trying to go clean.
Not that he didn't like the drugs. He just doesn't like hippies.
Yeah. Or maybe he's just trying to be sober. Or maybe he's like, none of this. I can't do this right now. Because he's had times where maybe he's just like, I have to be sober. I'm trying to be sober and I can't be around this. Who knows? We don't know what's going on. Anyway.
We would like a comment from anybody.
Yeah, we don't know. It's not important. Which offended they have to mention he's the Eruption Shredder. He's done, I don't even like that song. Anyway. Leaving abruptly, Van Halen did not grab his guitars or amps or other gear. The next day, like a gangsta, Van Halen rolls up in a military vehicle that he bought at an auction, probably like a Humvee or some giant Humvee, wearing no shirt, just jeans, held up by a rope, combat boots held together by duct tape, and a samurai bun, and he put a gun.
Now, you said this was a photo book. Is there a photo of this?
Yeah, and
that is the only way I'm believing this shit.
That is a legendary photo if you have that. So Eddie Van Halen claims, that asshole answered the door. Bennett recalled Van Halen explaining, I put my gun to his stupid fucking red hat and I said, where's my fucking shit, motherfucker? Eddie Van Halen's a gangster, okay? You never knew this guy was capable of this shit. And it just gives me so much respect for Eddie Van Halen. Like, to just point the gun at Fred Durst, but give me back my fucking shit right now. And that fucking guy just turned to one of his employees and starts yelling at him, grab my shit! So Eddie Van Halen stood in the front lawn while smoking a cigarette and holding a gun while Fred Durst went back and forth in the house and loading his gear into Eddie Van Halen's urban assault vehicle. That's funny, dude. That's hilarious. I love that. That just makes me love Eddie Van Halen so much more. We need Eddie Van Halen to come around and point some guns at
Do
people.
we think this is real?
I don't know. I hope it is. We can't tell. We don't know.
I mean, I think someone crazy enough to actually do this would also be crazy enough to make up the story.
That's true. We never know. We have to hear from Eddie Van Halen.
Seriously embellishing.
We have to hear from Eddie Van Halen. Quickly,
I did like the note that the red hat.
Yeah, there was.
We all know.
There wasn't.
We can all remember the '90s.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, we always had that red hat on.
He always had that red hat on.
It didn't mean Trump. It didn't mean Trump back then.
It was definitely connected with his douchebaggery, though.
Yeah, he just had that stupid hat.
It was like his iconic look.
He'd wear that hat backwards all the time. That was his look.
Yep.
So anyway, members of Lamb of God Creator Power Trip are working on a seriously massive song. This is a very quick one. Lamb of God Creator and Power Trip are supposed to go on tour in Europe, but obviously that's not happening. So instead, they're going to make us a song. We don't know what. We're looking forward to it. That's good. I like that. That's all there is really.
They were working on it today.
Yeah. So a guy from Creator, we all like
saw
Creator.
It on Twitter.
There you go. So we'll hear this soon.
And it's also Riley's birthday today.
Oh, it's Riley's birthday. How old is he? Like 20?
No, I think he's my age.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not older. Wow. I thought he was young. I thought he was like 20.
So yeah, he was trying to get the Trap guy to say happy birthday to him.
Oh, damn it.
We can talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get to him. So that's all there is with this. There's not a lot of info on this right now. I just thought I'd throw that in real quick. So anyway, so in Florida news, in the great state of Florida, Morbid Angel's Trey Azagthoth, which is a Lovecraftian creature of some sort in the dynasty of Lovecraftian creatures, reportedly told cops, "I'm a professional drinker," as he was arrested for DWI. And in Florida, they should have just let him go. They should have been like, all right, show me your drinking license. And Trey Azagthoth probably would have produced one. And they should have just let him go. But no. Okay, anyway, so let's read this. According to the Smoking Gun, Morbid Angel guitarist, infamous guitarist Trey Azagthoth, he's really the face of that band,
What is he infamous for?
He just, if you look at the old albums, like, I remember, like, looking at them with Gary back in the day, and there was one picture of Trey Azagthoth, like, ripping up his own arm, like...
Is he the guy that was cutting himself?
Yeah, and he was, like, biting, and Gary was like, look how evil this guy is. Like, I was like, whoa, dude, that's kind of fucked up.
Trey Azagthoth impressed Gary.
Yes, this teenager. This is teenagers, us. In the 90s, we're looking at Morbid Angel, and we're like, like, whoa, that's pretty mean, dude. He's cutting himself. I was like, whoa, that's kind of scary. Even I thought that. But the 55-year-old musician, whose real name is George Emanuel, was stopped by a sheriff's deputy at approximately 11:09 January 1st for driving at a high rate of speed in a 35. Man, I wonder what kind of car he drives. I'm very curious. Like a 1988 Ford Probe. Like, what do you drive, man? I want to know what he drives. It's very important to me. His watery and glassy eyes performed poorly on a series of sobriety tests. Just his blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit. But in Florida, what's the regular limit? That's the question. So this guy was probably already drunk. I imagine the Florida limit is like 3 times New Jersey's limit.
The Florida limit is 0.08.
Oh, that's really...
It has it on the article.
I think that might be lower than ours. It's Florida, guys.
No, I think that's pretty standard.
Yeah, and I think there's one state where it's like lower. That might be Utah or like Colorado or something.
Maybe Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it might be something like that. But anyway, after being read his rights, George Emanuel admitted to consuming 1 to 2 shots of whiskey prior to driving, according to his arrest affidavit. Saying about the smoking gun, the guitarist also told the cops, "I'm a professional drinker." In Florida, that should be enough.
Okay, one question. Does random offhand remarks to the cops usually make it out to the press?
Yeah, who found out about this?
How do we know he said that?
Yeah, how did
the cops were like, oh my god, maybe the cops were big.
They might have to fans. In an arrest report. They might have to write what he says. They might have to
write
everything. They might have to write, or it's on the camera on the footage. Maybe it's probably public info, so you could probably see it. Anyway,
so I'm pretty sure Florida has a stay in place order.
This is January 1st.
It was?
Yeah, on January 1st. See, up here.
Oh, how? This just came out.
They probably just found out.
Okay.
Well, a lot of times these things take a while. These things take a while to get.
Okay.
Like I said, there's no news, so things are coming from the past.
Poor Trey Azagthoth. He thought he could just quietly be arrested for a DUI.
He's probably happy that this is out now. He probably thinks it's funny.
I don't know. Trivia about Trey Azagthoth when I was looking him up because of this on the Metal Archives, which usually has a strange trivia about famous people. He's a big anime fan, and
I don't doubt it.
I don't know, he likes Doom, playing Doom.
Yeah, that sound. People think like when I was a kid, and a teenager, I thought Trey Azagthoth was this scary guy who lives in a house that's painted black and has a lot of skulls. Like the guy from Cannibal Corpse. But no, he first of all, he obviously loves H.P. Lovecraft, which automatically makes him a nerd that no one wants to fuck. Number 1. He also likes anime, so he probably has a sex doll. Number 2. Okay, so he's not he's a nerd. I think there was some article that came out a few years ago, something involving him and his mother. I think he lives with his mom or something. No joke. His mother was defending him or something. She was like, "Don't hurt my son." It was something.
I didn't find this.
It was a while ago. We could find it. We could look it up. It was years ago. I remember. I thought it was funny. I'm like, what is it? Why are they talking about Trey Azagthoth's mom?
Trey, stay home. Watch some anime.
Yeah.
Don't go out drinking.
No, he's probably not going to.
Drink at home.
No, but it is Florida, so he probably is going to go out. Because no one's not doing anything in Florida. Okay. So anyway, it's all this blah blah blah. But at the end there is born George Emanuel III. Trey previously said that his stage name combines the third Trey to the Lovecraftian deity. So Trey Azagthoth, 3 Azagthoth. Yeah, the third. There you go. So it's Florida. It's not a big deal. This is normal.
Honestly, it's pretty low key for
That's
Florida.
pretty low for Florida.
That's pretty normal.
He didn't have any firearms or skulls. No, though he's not as cool as the guy from Cannibal Corpse, though. He doesn't have near that capacity.
No, he's a nerd.
Yeah. No, the guy from Cannibal Corpse is not.
He's not dangerous.
Yes. No, the guy from Cannibal Corpse actually is.
He's dangerous.
Yeah. Pat O'Brien. Sorry. He had skulls and flamethrowers and cool shit and ammo. And he tried to beat up an old lady. Yeah, he's real. He might kill someone, but. It's Florida, so he has right to do most of that. But I've said it. We said it before in our death metal episode. Right? Morbid Angel is on the nerdy side of the death metal triangle, whether you like it or not. Okay. Why do you think David Vincent's not with them anymore?
They're kind of towards the edgelord,
but in a nerdy way. It's edgelord, which is not a good thing.
They're not like in the corner of edgelord, but they're not in the corner of nerd either.
They were like, they were.
They're like in the middle.
They weren't cavemen though.
They're not.
They weren't cavemen.
No.
They're too smart for that. But they're they're nerds. They're nerds. Okay.
A little more nerdy than edgelord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop.
Next story.
Okay. So we were talking about this, and this is kind of how this ended up. We were talking about the condition of Will Carroll earlier, and he's okay now, which is good because I didn't think he was going to be. I was like, I don't know if things are going to go well for him.
He was on a ventilator.
Yeah, and when you're on a ventilator,
real bad.
You die. It seems to me like if you go on a ventilator, you just die. Like.
It's not.
I don't know.
It's not true 100%, but it's a bad sign.
It's like, well, you're probably gonna die. So, like, why did they even use them? Why did they just I don't know. I don't know anything.
They're
about
trying.
That. I'm not a doctor. Does it help though? I don't know. We'll find out these things one day. When all the scientists get together and figure all this shit out. Anyway, so Will Carroll, and Damien Sisson, and Rob Cavestani. Why aren't they talking up to the singer? Man, it doesn't matter. Spoke to San Francisco KPIX5 about how they. So this is funny. So KPIX5 is I guess that's the Fox affiliate in San Francisco, and it's like this mainstream news thing, and it's funny that they talk to they do a piece on Death Angel. Let's just watch it. We can watch.
Well, if thrash is local news anywhere, it's going to be in San Francisco.
It is, and maybe the staff,
the
staff here is
horrifying brush with coronavirus.
It's so funny watching these guys talk about it.
KPIX5 reporter Betty Yu has their story.
What is it, Betty Yu?
Juliet, the group's name is Death Angel.
Death
Earlier
Angel.
This year, they were on top
Death
of the
Angel.
world with their first Grammy nomination, sold-out concerts, and a blockbuster album. Then, COVID-19 came knocking. Late December at Slim's in San Francisco. Death Angel hit the stage with 2 sold-out shows.
The shows were amazing, and
I guess that's a singer.
The big tour coming up next.
The tour would take the Grammy-nominated band and 2 other Bay Area thrash bands throughout Europe. The schedule was packed
the only
and
Filipino
grueling.
guy, so.
24 shows in 36 days. Everyone knew each other.
It was kind of like a heavy.
And it didn't go well because they almost sank in a boat. Number one to start,
Fucking cursed tour.
Yeah. So what did I do?
Yeah, they almost. If you weren't aware, they while crossing the North Sea, I think on the way to Finland, they were in a ferry that weathered a storm. And
Yeah. They almost sank.
And most ships leaving at that time got canceled, but theirs didn't. So they had a fun time.
Yeah, so it just started, and then they all got a disease. So let's.
Founding member and lead guitarist Rob Cavestani. Bass player Damien Sisson.
On drums, Will, the Beast Man.
And drummer Will Carroll all spoke to KPIX5 about their
So he's the one who was on the ventilator.
Yeah.
Very often, so
But he's spitting everywhere.
I knew something was wrong.
In Europe, the shows were selling out to enthusiastic crowds, but soon the virus would take center stage.
I mean, I could pinpoint the moment that I started feeling weird.
On February 25th, a sobering eye-opener. Their show in
This
Milan
happened
was
in,
abruptly
February.
canceled due to concerns over the coronavirus.
You started to realize either this is getting sensationalized or it's getting serious.
Death Angel continued touring through Spain, France, Ireland, and the United Kingdom.
It's just
In
funny how they
the
had
few
no
weeks
idea.
remaining,
They were just
threat
is this real?
became real.
You
Do
didn't
we need to
feel
do
like you couldn't
anything?
perform, but you just felt like you needed to catch your breath at all times.
I woke up in Manchester feeling run down. I just thought, honestly, I thought I was just brutally hungover.
So I had a really intense fever and just lack of energy.
It was the back and forth between extreme fever and sweating and the cold sweats.
I felt so run down and just like I had been run over by a truck, and I'm like, something's weird here.
Just achy feeling, like just flu symptoms, but the fever was way more
we get
intense.
it. So it's just funny, the mainstream media kind of does a thing on this, and they were just like, "Whoa, Death Angel," I just can't imagine that.
They're
really.
local celebrities.
Yeah, I guess they are. They're part of the Bay Area thrash thing. But Will Carroll basically talks about his what the hell was that? his experience with it and how he doesn't even remember going to the hospital. I mean, and he was just kind of put,
Well, they have to sedate you when
he has to kind of like be put into a coma
on the ventilator.
Yeah, so
'Cause you'll freak out otherwise.
Yeah, like having something stuck down your throat or however that works. But the moral of the story is Will Carroll's back, and he was given a remdesivir, that kind of saved him. And he came out of a coma, and he was he got back, and he's out alive and talking now. So obviously they say this disease is affecting people in poor. He doesn't look like a guy is in good health. He looks like a guy that drinks way too much.
I mean, yeah, not to be mean, but he did look the most.
Yeah, he looks like shit. He looks like he got hit by a
of the Death Angel members, the one most likely to be affected.
Yeah, he looks like he got hit by a giant bag of shit. He was just walking and just went like a 10-ton bag of shit just hit him. I mean, that's what he looks like, before the disease. So, people that are not in good health, they're definitely going to be susceptible to this. And he's not the kind of guy that's in good health. Stop drinking so much beer, people. It's not the way to be. Okay. What else we got in this? That's it. They're okay. All of them are okay. So that's what's important. So maybe one day, we'll see music again. What do we got here? Quickly, people were wondering about Vince Neil, and obviously Tommy Lee kept saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to play in June," which is not going to happen.
They still haven't canceled.
But they still haven't canceled, by
officially.
The way. Exactly. So people are saying Vince Neil, his girlfriend showed a picture of him that he's been working out. That he's been working out, because obviously we maybe saw him 2 months ago, and we're like, we better get started. And so there's a picture of him down here. I don't know. That's not very convincing. That doesn't really.
She had like a video. You click on that thing.
Video. I don't have a video.
She had like a video. It showed him from behind lifting something.
Really?
It was like it like tactically didn't show very much of him.
Yeah.
It's like, sure, lady.
Is it this maybe? What's this? What if I click on this? Motley Crue, Vince Neil. Blah blah blah. Why does this girl have to? He's not even. Is he rich? I guess he's kind of rich. I guess like they did a tour, like, and they probably still make a lot of money. Like, why does she have to deal with him naked? Here we go. Is this it?
Oh yeah, that's it.
Okay, let's play this real quick.
So, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He looks like he's struggling.
I'm convinced
that is not.
He's ready.
That is not.
He's made so much progress. Did you see that?
Yeah, like he's doing those things, I guess, strengthening abs. I don't know what that machine does. I'm not really a lifter, but I'm more of a runner. But he's working out like a madman. Well, hopefully, either way, whether you guys play or not, you still should be working out, because you look like 10 pounds of hammered shit. Okay.
Vince Neil, I want you to get healthy, but do it for you.
Do it for you, not for the money and the band.
Because if you just do it for this tour right after, you're just gonna go right back to where you were.
So this girl, like, when you run out of money, doesn't leave you.
Or so people don't look at that picture and be like, and just like wonder.
Yeah, like that's one of those pictures where you're like, how?
Or you're just like, ew.
You're like, why? Like, really? Like, obviously there's a lot of rich rock stars that look 10 times better than him, that she could, on that scale, they say 1 to 10. She's like up there, right? Yeah. She's like, typical rock star girlfriend material, whatever. I don't know who she is or where she's from.
It does look like she time traveled from the 80s.
Doesn't
like
it? That's perfect.
Exactly the same
Blonde.
type of girl he would have had in the 80s.
I think these guys only go for blonde. They gotta have like that blonde.
It's like, listen, if you're gonna be with me, you gotta look great, but you also gotta look like you're from the 80s.
You gotta have the fake boobs. You gotta be blonde. You gotta just have the. Yeah, she has like some work on her face too. There's definitely some work going on here. She might be older though. She might not be like 28. She's probably like my age. So she's not like like 23 or something. Either way, Vince Neil, I hope you're getting into shape. So what do we got here? Metal Injection says, okay, so Metal Injection, yes. ICP Gathering of the Juggalos 2020, the Insane Clown Posse, the guys who ate snow for you to show that, they might be immune to the coronavirus.
Dirty snow.
They ate dirty Detroit snow.
Eat the dirt.
So they're like, they are canceling the Gathering Juggalos because they quote to TDLR, they do not want one juggalo getting sick.
They refuse to risk even one.
Not one juggalo.
Juggalo life.
Now,
although I would argue the gathering of the juggalos risks everyone's lives there. So
yes, without the virus.
But we're not to plague. If they're gonna die, they're gonna die partying.
They're gonna die from meth or something.
Not on a respirator. Okay.
They're gonna die with big smiles on their faces.
They're not gonna. None of them have health insurance, so they're not. We cannot do anything that would put them on a respirator.
Yes. And mind you, the Juggalos were considered a gang by the feds, and meanwhile, these people are being more responsible than some people in our government. Shaggy 2 Dope and that other guy, the guy that looks like Guy Fieri. They're being more responsible. These guys, you've seen them talk. You've seen them on like a Howard Stern show. You've seen them the way they act, are being more responsible. Are just like, nope, we're not doing that. We're not.
I bet they're a lot smarter than you think.
Yeah, I think they are actually. I think they actually are.
Like, think about how long they've lived.
Yeah.
Doing this.
How long they've been really popular.
They can't be that dumb.
I remember them in like the 90s.
Well, just the fact that this lifestyle that they advocate.
Yeah, I think it's just
that they're still alive. They're not in and out of rehab.
Yeah, they've never been.
They secretly have their shit together.
Okay? Yeah. So maybe I should read this. Where's the quote here? Here's the quote by we'll say maybe Shaggy 2 Dope said this. So they know that it would be impossible to put the fest on, even if we wanted to. With thousands of deaths due to COVID-19 outbreak, we couldn't possibly be in good conscience, even consider trying to put on the gathering in these difficult times. Aside from the serious health concerns, there are numerous other factors that have destroyed any possibility of gathering to take place this year. The entire industry is a dead halt due to the quarantine, and this, along with the uncertainty of how things will be eventually, made it impossible to move forward. So, yeah.
Well, we weren't planning to go to this.
No, this is one festival we weren't going. That aside, the bottom line is we simply refuse to risk one juggalo life by hosting a gathering during these troubled times. So, we want everyone to...
It's good on them.
Heed the words of Fred Fury and Flip the Rat. Be safe.
Because if they held that shit, juggalos are the people who would show up.
Yeah, because juggalos, I think juggalos in general are the kind of people that are defying the orders, but their masters are like, no, guys, don't. I know you want to. I know a lot of your friends are. Your parents probably are. The people that are influence you. Your authority figures probably are where you live. The places where a lot of juggalos are from, because I don't think juggalos are generally from this area. I know some people that are juggalo friendly. But that are juggalo adjacent. I know some people that live in this area that are, but they're not like juggalos. Like they're not. You can't be from like here and be a juggalo, like from this immediate area, right? I don't think you can be.
No. Not this town.
No. But I know people that,
live in a nice town, everybody.
I know people that are from, bad circumstances. From
some parts of Jersey, yes.
From this general area, not like immediately here, but from this general geographic area, 50 miles of here. They're from, bad areas.
Sure.
And they are juggalo adjacent. They are like, I'm like begging for the juggalos. You're like, what are you talking? They're like, what? Like, what do you mean? They're like, juggalos are awesome. They're like, I don't know if these people put on makeup, but they, they're like, you gotta go to a gathering of the juggalos. So I want to. Like, I do want to see.
You do?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see. Me and Rich both agree on it. We're like, we want to do that.
You guys can have a bro weekend.
Yeah, like we want to see.
Have fun.
What goes on. We're not going to do meth or anything with whatever they do. I don't know what they do. What do you do? Comment down below.
They drink soda.
Soda? Oh, yeah, they drink that stuff, right? What is that? What is that called?
Fago?
Yeah, Fago.
Fago.
What is Fago? Comment down. What is Fago? I don't know.
Send it to us.
Send us. Should I drink that? Is that like an energy drink?
I don't know.
I have a heart attack. A heart palpitation. What's going on here? Oh, gee. Okay, we thought this guy was...
All right.
I figured he just went away.
Trap feud. He has been tweeting every day.
I see.
I mean, people keep reporting on it, like being like, "Oh, it's over now." He had a feud, but no.
Look at that face.
It does not end.
Look at his face.
Trapped Man. I don't know his name. I'm never gonna learn his name.
Doesn't matter.
His name is Trapped Man.
Trapped Man. He's trapped. So we regret to inform you that Trapped figured out a way to get us to write. By the way, this is a metal injection again. Everyone's covered this story. we were done with them once they dipped into Prologue Language. I guess they starting shit last week with Ice-T and New York legend hardcore Lord Azak. I don't know who that is. Was enough.
It's Danny Diablo.
Oh yeah. Oh. Okay. Trapped. We did that the other time. Trapped indeed needed to double dip. A few months ago, Trapped decided to have another meltdown. Where the fuck is Danny Diablo? I need to fight you any way you want, because I need to fight Riley Cyrus bare-knuckled. This is not a fucking joke. This is man to man, bro. And I need to get through Danny for the pleasure of cracking Riley's face. Sanction, I will. I want this. Trapped official, Trapped guy. Trapped says, I have to fight and shed blood. Every single I can't believe this is real. Every single Trump supporter should be watching. This can't be real. Like, he's trolling. This fucking can't. You
No, I think he really is an asshole.
God, I don't understand. I am fighting for you. Let's do this. I am so ready. Fuck these Bernie bitch left-wing liberal bands. Fuck them. I mean, this guy thinks like if they're not like in Trump, they must be into Bernie. You know.
I mean, Power Trip isn't the Bernie.
Or are they specifically okay? But you know,
I mean, Riley is.
Right, he is. But this guy thinks like if you're not into Trump, you must be like, you know, a libtard. You know. So anyway, this guy's like such a boomer. Even though he's like, you know.
Anyway, this all came about because he actually got into it with a bunch of metalcore bands on top of Power
Yeah, right.
Trip.
As well, yeah. That was.
Not paying attention to that shit because who cares?
Yeah.
But he started trashing the whole label that one band was on. I think it was maybe Born of Osiris, and that label at one point released Body Count.
Okay.
Not even the last record, but
So
at one point
went
did.
after Ice-T?
So he used that as a reason to go after Ice-T.
Ice-T did not know who the fuck, like me, did not know who the fuck he was.
And he's like trying to make this argument that like, oh, Ice-T's pretty cool, great actor, but like my streaming numbers on Spotify are not on Spotify, on Pandora are better than his.
That was Pandora.
It's like, yeah, buddy.
Ice-T. You ready
are
to
more
bare
important
knuckle?
than Ice-T.
This is what he said to Ice-T. You ready to bare knuckle? You start all this shit. I think this can't be like he's just like blindly.
Well, then what happened to that? Like Ice-T like barely responded to him.
Because Ice-T didn't know the fuck he was.
The fuck you are, like, or he's like keep talking, I'm listening. Like
I didn't want it to be like this. I never tweeted at you, but I defend my honor.
I think he did tweet
at fucking death.
But then Danny Diablo inserted himself because of that, because he's like, what the fuck are you talking about with Ice-T? Like, come the fuck on, man. And so then he came after Danny Diablo, who, if you don't know, has literally... He almost died because he was stabbed by, I think, a screwdriver.
Yeah. So
and he almost went to jail because of what he did to the guy that stabbed him.
There you go. The guy stabbed me, and I got back up, and I assaulted him so bad, they wanted to put me in jail.
And he did go to jail, to prison later for attempted murder.
Are you listening, Trapped guy? A guy stabbed me. A really badass, crazy guy fucking tried to kill me, but I got back up and I kicked the shit out of him, and they wanted to put me in jail. What have you got, Trapped guy?
So, yeah, I think I can't remember. If he challenged, because he does like he was like, let's have a fight and we'll do charity. Danny Diablo suggested that. And so then the Trap guy keeps coming like, bare knuckles. But I also want Riley from Power Trip there too, because Riley's this little guy who's like, I want to beat him up.
He's a tiny guy.
So he's like a lot less scary than Danny Diablo.
Yeah, he has never stabbed anyone. But yeah, Danny Diablo's one of those guys, you know, has been in the shit. So anyway.
So that shows you just what of a brave man Trapped guy is. But.
Twitter is not allowing new tweets at all. Every attempt. Ice-T, you ready to go bare knuckle? You start on. I read that already. Okay, so Ice-T doing his best Mariah Carey impersonation. I don't know her to Trap. Yo,
he probably doesn't know.
Here's Ice-T. Yo, who is this troll? Yo, Ice-T. Ice-T's like doesn't know who the fuck you are. Like me, Ice-T does not know the
Ice-T
fuck
is
you are.
Not scared of you.
He's like, I don't. Ice-T is confused. He's like, what? Who? Dude actually wants to fight me now? LOL. Too funny.
Dan Diablo will fight him though.
Yeah, like you're beating up. Like if you do beat up Ice, he's an old man. Like okay, he's a rich old guy. So if you beat him up, that would give you just no credit at all because he's like this old guy.
And other like gym bros or whatever were tweeting at Riley like being like, I'll train you, bro.
I'll train you, bro. You want to fight Ice-T? Like, yeah, you might beat Ice-T because he's probably not in very good shape, but, like, what? Everyone would probably kick the shit out of you after that. Beating up Ice-T.
But, yeah. But this keeps going, like, literally every day.
It's good for his career, I guess.
They do have an album coming out.
Oh,
I saw that.
Okay. So your fans, whoever your fans are, I've never met a TRAPT fan. Like I said before, a few weeks ago, I'd never heard of TRAPT. I missed them 20 years ago, I guess. I don't know anyone who might be a TRAPT fan. I should ask around. Comment down below if you're a TRAPT fan, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, right? Maybe, like, she's, like... Yeah.
But, yeah, this keeps going. Like, just this morning, it's actually Riley's birthday today, as I said before. And he was asking him to say a TRAPT birthday.
Yes, can you TRAPT birthday to me?
That's an olive branch. Like, if you say happy birthday to me, maybe we can
TRAPT birthday.
I don't think he did that.
Yo, whoever this TRAPT guy is, I think his friends should get him some help. There's a good thing Ice-T's saying, you know. That's my really bad Ice-T impersonation. Yo, Ice-T.
Real talk.
Ice-T. Real talk.
Real talk with Ice-T. That's what we all need.
Yo, this TRAPT guy. He's from the hood? No.
Definitely not.
No, he's not. I don't know. He's from Ohio. No, he's from Ohio.
No, actually, I think he's from California.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
But not like a...
He's from California, bro. He's from the San Fernando Valley, bro. Wherever that is. Just Ice-T's handling as well. He's just like, Ice-T's probably just like, what the fuck?
Ice-T is a pro.
He's clearly like, what the fuck? What's going on?
Ice-T knows how to beef with people, and he's like, this isn't even...
He's like, I'm too old for this shit.
This is not something I can beef with.
Like from the movie The Gladiator. Are you not entertained? No. Well, no, I am. But it would be more entertaining if, you know, like you got your ass kicked.
It's not to your benefit, dude.
I don't know. Everything. Yeah, do you know what's going on? Do you know how the internet is treating you, TRAPT guy? I don't even know. I don't know what to do with this guy.
He does have people that like him doing this. But it's all like because he injects all this politics into it. Maybe so he tries to get like other Trump guys.
I see. Next time,
on his side.
Listen, next time this guy opens his mouth, we'll go on his Twitter and we'll go down his Twitter. That's what we'll do next time. If we have to.
That's all. Any moment you could do that.
I know, but like I don't want to do that
It doesn't stop. It's constant.
I don't want to do that right now. Next time, if we have to talk about this guy again, then we'll go on his Twitter and we'll go down it. And we'll go down and I'm going to see who is in support of this guy. I'm going to see what kind of people and where they go. Maybe we could just go down we could do a whole episode. We could just go down the rabbit hole of this guy. So anyway, in final news, you know, I always shit talk this guy, but after this, I'm gonna stop. Post Malone grabbed a guitar, got a Travis Barker of Blink-182, and some other dudes, and played a whole Nirvana set pretty decently. I don't know if this will get like bugged. I don't know if this will get hit, but real quick, play it quickly. I mean, he's in the dresses like that time, you know, Nirvana used to do that. He's good. Yeah, like, we'll do that real quick. But Post Malone, he did this Nirvana set really well. Like, I didn't know you knew how to play guitar.
Nirvana's not hard to play.
Still, like, you have to know how to play a guitar. No, it's not hard to play. The beauty of Nirvana was its simplicity. But, you know, like, I didn't know he was...
I think it's more just like he obviously enjoys the music a lot.
Yeah,
and here he is playing it, but he makes that like complete garbage.
Yeah, like why do you make that music, Post Malone? And I've heard your music, and it's awful. It's horrific.
And I don't think necessarily the fact that he can competently cover Nirvana means that he could write like good rock music. That doesn't necessarily. That's not like a.
He can just be covering songs, but he's talented enough to like sit down and learn these songs and play them.
They're not hard though.
Yeah, but you know he has to learn all these. This is a whole set. This whole concert right here. He knows all the words.
But I'm saying
so
it's
very
like,
passionate about
how
the songs.
could he play this music and not be like, this is so much better than what I do?
Yeah, why can't you try?
And then go back to the
I guarantee you,
shit.
Listen, I guarantee you would still make money. People would love you if you just like played something that wasn't the crap you played. Anything. Just, you know, it didn't have to be heavy. Just anything you played. Like, that wasn't that shit that you
Well, he wouldn't have an audience if he wasn't making
You'd have a different
that
audience.
crap.
You'd have a different audience. Like, people would be like, oh shit, this is cool.
And we have no idea if he'd make competent rock music.
I wonder.
Just because you can play a guitar doesn't mean it's going to be good.
I wouldn't mind hearing it.
Well, we're talking about like a Hootie and the Blowfish started as an REM cover band the other day.
Yeah, that's true.
And we were both saying that. Well, it's funny that they weren't more interesting because REM is way better.
Yeah, like instead,
so just because you can competently cover somebody,
a lot of people like
make some
REM,
interesting music.
Yeah, and then the guy makes his own original music, and it's Hootie, and it comes out like Hootie and the Blowfish. It's like, what the fuck?
So what do you? So he could be the Nirvana version of Hootie
That's
and
true.
the Blowfish.
Maybe he
so
would. Yeah, that's true.
Maybe he should stay on his grind.
People just we don't really understand how their musical tastes work. But anyway, I just thought this was interesting, and I won't talk shit about the guy. If he's gonna, if he could do things like that, I would not say he's not talented, because I'd be wrong. Okay, he's more he's one of those people that's more talented than you think. So,
are we gonna talk about Gwar at all?
Oh yeah, quickly. No, I just mentioned when we were talking. I kind of forgot to mention we were talking about ICP. Not wanting Juggalos to die. Gwar, on the other hand, wants you to inject disinfectant into your veins or drink it. So you die quicker. As you know, Gwar wants all humans destroyed. As Dave used to say, all you fucking humans, I want you all dead. So Gwar's still on their theme to kill humans. So yeah, obviously they would agree with Trump on that. So,
But they had like an interview with CNN earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gwar?
Yes.
I didn't know they had a CNN interview. Could be.
But the message of that interview was to stay inside.
Oh, Gwar said that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're contradicting themselves.
Well, they're staying inside and then later you'll come to the Gwar show and they'll kill you there.
Yeah, that makes. So we need you to stay inside so we can kill you later.
They're like, look, this is our job to kill you.
I don't believe they were on CNN of all places. Gwar actually, Odorous used to be on Fox News. Oh, yeah, right there. Okay, we'll put that on. We'll put that on real quick then. We'll just put that on. Get the fuck out of here. Here we are. CNN. Well, this is Gwar checking with CNN for ultimate isolation. So do we have a? Is this it?
Yeah, it's a little long
Oh,
though.
we'll do a play real quick here. Is that working?
Thinking of ignoring advice to self-isolate? Even one of the most
Horses.
notoriously over-the-top shock rock bands are taking it serious.
As you can see, I'm just kind of sitting here in my Antarctican fortress.
It's pustulous.
I mean, this might not look like Antarctica. I mean, take a look around. It's very green, but I swear to you, like 6 months ago, this was all frozen tundra.
Not familiar with Gwar? They've been rocking audiences since 1988
That was
with
the
their
guy from
unique brand
Hanna-Barbera.
of
That
metal
was
and stage
Mutley.
production. The band says members are space aliens banished to Earth to conquer it through their
Oh, they
music.
made a cartoon.
Gwar is the greatest band on Earth that you've never seen, apparently. We are from space,
Yes.
obviously.
Antarctica.
We've been at this a very long time. We play the best kind of rock and the best
He's
kind of
behaving
rock,
himself
we
so much for
cross
CNN.
over different
You have no
genres.
idea.
Humans, hear ye. Lend me your ear before I rip it off and eat it.
Its more down-to-earth origin is Gwar grew out of an artists collective in Richmond, Virginia in 1984.
All right.
Lead
We
guitarist
get that.
Pustulus
Okay.
Maximus said,
So,
Pustulus Maximus.
Pustulus Maximus.
Anyway, it seems like Gwar's pretty active on their YouTube. So the thing about Bleach was on their YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
That was funny as well.
It's so funny that they're on CNN.
Gwar is here to entertain you during the quarantine.
Gwar used to be a regular on Fox News. On Glenn Gutfeld used to have a show late at night called Red Eye, and Odorous used to be a regular on it. Like I think he even went to Odoris's funeral, or just had some, or just said something for Odorous, but. Yeah, it's always funny, but them being on CNN is just, kind of just funny. But, yeah, I think Gwar is kind of trying to be a little bit more... Like, they've been doing this since the late 80s, and, never really... I mean, everyone knows who Gwar is, but no one will ever lift them onto that pedestal of mainstream. They'll never be lifted onto that. They'll always be right under it, because everyone will know who they are. But they'll never...
They're on a movie.
They'll never... Yeah, they were in movies, sure. So they'll always be, in that shadow, though. That,
Gwar was one of the first metal bands I was exposed to.
That movie,
Empire Records.
Yeah, they were on Empire Records.
I didn't even think that was a real band.
Yeah, it's it was just for the movie, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But they'll. So everyone knows who they are. Like even people that never even listen to them. Like, oh, that's Gwar. Like if they saw a picture of him, but Gwar will never ever just be put. They just because they have their show that they they molest child corpses on stage still, and it's all in good fun. Like, you think that's the most horrific thing ever, but you have to have a sense of humor.
You can't sell out when you do that.
No, you can now when you molest decomposing children. They've been doing that since like the early days. So anyway, that's about all for today. That's all the news we have for today, people. Thank you for listening. Be sure to contact us on social media, including Twitter at hereliesmetal, Facebook at hereliesmetal, Instagram metallieshere, and Gmail hereliesmetal@gmail.com. Be sure to hit that subscribe button give this episode a thumbs up, or more likely a thumbs down, as you all do, as you all hate me and you want to kill me. Also, comment down below if you're upset with something. Talk about what you saw here. Interact with us, right? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Doesn't that help our chances on YouTube? No. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Nothing can help me on YouTube. I've been doing this a long time and it's never worked. What is it? It's just me. Don't forget to ring that bell to get notified of our weekly videos. Or maybe weekly. I don't know. We're in a new place now. We're stabilized now, so maybe we can start making these things more often, right?
We gotta put some cool shit up in the background.
Yes, you have a space in the back where you could see something. Like you have some space back there. I'm going to start soundproofing this room because I can already hear an echo on this mic, so I need to start putting soundproofing. Our other room is a little more soundproof because it had a nice carpet. But so this room is a little more echoier, so I got to work on that. The lighting in this room is a lot better, though. As you can see, we don't have a flickering light. Fucking terrible electrics of that place, of that last place we were in. So yes, this is our new headquarters, Here Lies Metal headquarters, right here in New Jersey. Place where I forgot to die. Be sure to subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play, and Spotify. That's where you can listen to our regular playlists and history episodes. Make sure you rate us, even if you hate us. So thank you once again for listening, and we'll maybe see you again soon. Hopefully this episode came out. I'm having some weird hardware issues, so I don't know if this is going to work particularly well. I have to do some troubleshooting, but yes. So thank you everyone for listening, and we'll see you again soon in this quarantine world. Goodbye. Am I gonna say bye to them? No. Okay, fuck them. They hate us anyway. Fuck them. Oh wait, the camera's on.